Welcome back to Gadget Beer, guys. Today we have a tips and tricks video on the Razer phone. So let's jump right into the video. Trick number one, the game booster. If you don't utilize the game booster to your advantage, I don't know what you're doing, man. The game booster is fantastic, and let me explain how the game booster and the option works. So first off, to find the game booster, we have to go into the menu button. So let's go into the menu, and you have a game booster option there. So you hit game booster. Now in the game booster option, you have three selected modes. You have a custom, a power saving mode, and a performance mode. The performance and the power saving I'll explain later, but let's dive a little bit more into the custom tab. So if you select the custom mode here, it lists the games you have. So now, if one of the games that you have is not there, you can actually add it by selecting the add and remove game tab there. So I have Arena of Valor, Champions, Marvel Champions. I have Clash Royale, Gear Club, Last Day on Earth, Survival, which by the way is a great game, and Rules of Survival, which is like PUBG but on Android, and Titanfall Assault. So if I was to go and select a game, like I wanted to customize my performance to a game, I go to Last Earth. So now you're presented with three categories here: CPU, resolution, and frames per second. So currently right now I have the CPU at 2.36 gigahertz, the resolution at 1080p, and the frames per second at 120. But you can customize everything. You're also presented with the tabs down below that show you where you can change these options. So if I were to hit the CPU tab, now it gives me a list of gigahertz that I can change the CPU, ranging from the lowest at 1.13 gigahertz and the highest being 2.36. So let's get out of there. And resolution, we go into the resolution tab. So the resolution is at the lowest being at 720 and the highest being at 1440p. Now keep in mind, by changing this resolution in this option here, it's not going to change the resolution of the whole phone all the time. So whenever you play the game, it's going to change the game to that resolution, and then once you exit the game, the phone will go back to its selected resolution that you have selected under the display option, which we're going to get into later. So let's back out there, and then the final option, you have the frames per second. Frames per second gives you from the lowest being 40 frames per second to the highest being 120 frames per second, but it also gives you a couple in between there. It gives you 50, 60, and 90 in between those two options, 120 being the highest, 40 being the lowest. Let's bounce out of there. So and below that, it gives you anti-aliasing. What it does, it for like computer games and like any mobile games, what it does, any rounded edge in the video game that looks kind of like pixelated, it tends to smooth that out to give you a more realism look while you're playing the game. So you can select that on or off. So that is your custom mode there for the game booster. Now you can select any game and customize any game's performance how you like. So if you gives you the option, if Arena of Valor you don't really want to optimize the game, or if you even want to remove it, you can remove it from there and you're fine. So but if we go into the power saving mode, it does not give us the option to tweak a game specifically to the power saving mode. This does it all for you. So if we look right here, it's going to give us more battery life and less performance, and it tells you how much battery is remaining in this option. Currently 14 hours and 44 minutes, and that's about it. It doesn't give you any more options than that, and it gives you a do not disturb, so it turns off notifications while you're playing games, so it doesn't pop up and interrupt your gameplay. But I think all the tabs have that as well. So if we were to go to performance, Now it does the totally opposite. It gives you more performance, less battery life, and it gives you the remaining battery life there, 9 hours and 31 minutes. So you do see a significant difference between the battery saving mode and the performance mode. So that is Game Booster in a nutshell. Now, tip number 2, we discussed it a little bit in Game Booster. Now it's the display. So one of the things you want to do when you first get this phone is go into the display option, and it gives you a variety of menus that you can choose from. So what we're going to do is we're going to go first is to change the refresh rate. This is one of the first Android phones that allows you to change the refresh rate. So there is 60 hertz, 90 hertz, and 120 hertz. Obviously I have it at 120 hertz because I want that smoothness. So keep in mind that the higher the refresh rate, the more battery you're going to lose. If you want to consume some battery, if you want to preserve some battery, better say, let's go to 60 hertz. If you want to be in between, 90 hertz. But if you don't care about your battery life, it's not going to be that much draining, but you can have it at 120 hertz. So let's get out of there. And then the next thing what you want to do is you want to go down to display resolution, and this is where we talked about in Game Booster. And Game Booster allows you to change the resolution in the game, and then once you exit, you go back to your selected resolution. So here gives you to change the resolution to the whole phone and all its content presented. So it gives you the option of full HD, which is 1080p, and 720p, which is just basic HD. So I'm gonna keep mine. I like keeping mine at 1440p because why not? You pay for a 1440p display. I'm gonna use a 1440p display, but this comes in handy when you're trying to preserve battery. Again, if you want to save that battery, you know you're not going to be able to charge your phone or be by outlet anytime soon, then you can lower your resolution and then preserve that battery for giving you longer battery life. So let's bounce out of that menu there, and you can also, that's it, your display, that's it, no more. Boom, done. Best display. The next tip and trick is your sound. So we have adjusted our gameplay, we have adjusted our visual, our resolution for the phone. Now we want to adjust our sound to complete the experience of this phone really has to offer. So now let's go to sound. We're gonna go to sound menu here, sound, and then we're gonna go to the Dolby Atmos setting. So in there, in Adobe Atmos, we can customize our equalizers, but it also has some preset settings there for us if we like to just keep those. So in Dolby Atmos, first off, we have the movie tab, we have this is the movie setting, we have the music for listening to music, or the movie settings when you're watching movies, watching Netflix, anything like that. It'll tweak the equalizer to give you the best sound for movies. The same for music, it'll tweak the music tab, the music equalizer to give you the best sound for music. And then it has the game option, has voice option, so like when you're listening to the podcast. And then it has 2 custom tabs that you can manually customize to your own liking. You can select those and kind of play with them. Let me show you. If you could select one, you can kind of, I'm not going to play no music, but you can see where I can tweak the bars up and down here and there and kind of tweak the music to my liking, or whatever I'm hearing, my gameplay, my movies, or anything. I can tweak this to my own liking. Let me back out. And you can also just select to turn off Dolby Atmos all at one time. So if you're not a fan to it, but you can just select to turn it off, which I like to keep mine on, and I think I have a custom tab already set, so I tweaked it to my liking, and the sound from this is by far the best. It's just amazing. I don't know, words can't explain it. You got to hear it for yourself. Next, we're going to jump into the theme store. Now, in the theme store, we just got to go into our app drawer. Now, in order to go to the theme store, you have to create a Razer account. It's very easy. You can use your Google credentials and they'll automatically create an account for you. These themes here are basically based on games. You get a lot of options here. And what they do is, one thing I like about these themes is if you click them, let's click like Vainglory tab here, it's gonna give me a very descriptive paragraph on the theme itself and probably the game, but it's also going to give me the components what this theme consists of. So this thing consists of the calculator being changed, is probably the icons, the calculator, the camera, the clock, the contacts, the dialer, downloads, icon launcher, lock screen, ringtone settings, and system UI. So this really themes your phone to that game. But then you got some other minimal ones that, so this is the new one that came out, the Razer Lunar New Year's theme. So you can click on this, and you have some free ones and you have some that you got to purchase. This is 99 cents. So Razer recently just launched a new Chinese New Year Razer phone theme, and I guess you can buy the theme here that's gonna change your phone to that red and goldish theme throughout the phone. But if you go down here, these are some more basic options here. Now what I have right now is the flat theme blue here, and I got this one changes the color of your calculator. The stock calculator comes like a lot of green, neon green highlights and stuff, the menu buttons, the volume, all that. So what I did is I just downloaded this theme, applied it, and it changes everything to that flat blue, almost stock Google color. So now this changes, it tells you right here the components. It changes the calculator color, the camera, the clock, the contacts, dialer, download, icons, launcher, lock screen, and setting system UI. So that's one of the things I love about this theme store, that it actually gives you the components it's going to touch and change. So that is awesome. Make sure you sign up for a Razer account if you have a Razer phone. But if you have a Razer phone, I'm pretty sure you already have an account. And then make sure you hit that theme store and work that theme store to your own liking. Now, if you haven't experienced Netflix on the Razer phone, you're missing out. It's probably one of the best features of this phone here, consuming media. It utilizes the display, the speakers it has, the sound, the Adobe app notes, and it just immerses you into what you're watching. So the next tip I have for you is finding apps that take advantage of all the Razer phone has to offer. The display, Netflix, like I just said, HDR, looks stunning when you're watching movies and videos or YouTube. The sound that these two speakers produce is just amazing. So it's very simple. Kind of just go through the Razer app. Razer's have forums. They kind of put a list down on what games support the 120 frames per second, what apps do that, you know, what apps take advantage of the Adobe App Notes 5.1 surround sound, the HDR. So every once in a while I hit the Razer website and see if they've added more, because they have lists of games that support 120 frames per second. They have lists of apps, Netflix and all that support, that could take advantage of everything this phone has to offer. So every once in a while, just drop on by Razer website and they'll have an updated list, which is phenomenal. That's it, guys, for my tips and tricks. If you like them, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what you like, or if I miss one that you think is awesome, you know, leave it down below. Leave the comment down below and make sure that everybody gets that tip and trick, you know, that you have. Well, just if you don't like none of the ones I had to present to you guys, leave a comment down below and let me know why. But thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when more awesome videos like this drop. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. And like always, I'll catch you guys in the next vid. Peace. Now, if you haven't experienced Netflix on the Razer phone, you're missing out. It's probably one of the best features of this phone here. Consuming media, it utilizes the display, the speakers it has, the Adobe app notes, and it just immerses you into what you're watching. So the next tip I have for you is finding apps that take advantage of all the Razer phone has to offer. The display Netflix, like I just said, HDR, it looks stunning when you're watching movies and videos or YouTube. The sound that these two front facing speakers just display, it's just amazing. Um, the sound that these two speakers produce is just amazing. So, it's very simple. Kind of just go through the Razer app. Razer's has forums. They kind of put uh, a list down on what games support the 120 frames per second. What apps do that? You know, what apps take advantage of the Adobe App Notes 5.1 surround sound, the HDR. So every once in a while, I hit the Razer website and see if they've added more, because they have lists of games that support 120 frames per second. They have lists of apps, Netflix, and all that support, that could take advantage of everything this phone has to offer. So every once in a while, just drop on by Razer website, and they'll have an updated list, which is phenomenal. But that is it. That's it, guys, for my tips and tricks. If you like them, go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know what you like. Or if I miss one that you think is awesome, leave it down below. Leave the comment down below and make sure that everybody gets that tip and trick, that you have. Well, just if you don't like none of the ones I had to present to you guys, leave a comment down below and let me know why. But thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when more awesome videos like this drop. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. And like always, I'll catch you guys in the next vid. Peace.